Hello. I'm Chris. I am a digital nomad. I travel around the world and I work remotely, basically just online. It's a lifestyle that I came to love. I started this about 5 years ago and I loved it pretty much straight away. So now I created the RemoteBase accommodation newsletter, so you can do the same, basically to help other people like you. If you want to go and live the digital nomad, the traveling remote worker life, then this is the newsletter for you. This is what it's all about. So the newsletter basically offers you the ability to save a lot of time and save some money and save some stress. All of those things combined, like they help you go and unlock the world, live this location freedom lifestyle. The way that works is with the email newsletter. So it's completely free. You sign up with your email, type the email address, couple of taps to hit join, and that's it. You become a RemoteBase member. Welcome. What does that mean? Well, it means that you carry on with life, with work, whatever it is. Once a month we find all of the best accommodation deals. We send them out to you in an email. These are long stay accommodation with good kind of facilities to be able to work and to be able to kind of live for like a month or so. Mostly they're available with some pretty insane discounts. And so we share those with you. They're from all around the world. You just have to decide, hey, this one looks really good. I'm gonna take a look. And you take a look and maybe you decide to book it. If maybe you don't like it and you don't decide to book it, no, that's fine. There'll be a lot more deals out there. Our mission is basically to bring them all to you and make sure that you are aware of them so that you can jump on the good deals when they're available. We try to find a lot of balance between sending like insane discounts, but also kind of keeping to sending you places that are actually feasible places to live and work in. There's lots of stuff which is like really, really high discount, but it's not a very good place to stay, or it's a really, really good place to stay, but it's really, really expensive. And so we try to find the balance. It's about getting the best places at the best prices. So this is perfect for you if you're in that like medium stay. You're not there for a weekend or a week. You're not there for 12 months with like a residency permit. Like you're there for 1, 2, maybe 3 months. You need a place to stay for that time that feels like home and can be your home. And we also have the premium membership. So this is a membership with a annual fee, so it's $68 for the year. Works out like less than $6 a month. That basically lets you set preferences and tell us like the locations, the number of bedrooms that you need, and your budget range. You can basically go from spending all of your time kind of searching on the internet, looking for best places to stay, to just telling us like, hey, I need 2 bedrooms and I'm interested in big cities in Europe, or I need 1 bedroom, I want to be at the beach in South America. And you tell us your preferences, and then when we find really cool deals, instead of waiting to the end of the month to send those out to you, we just send you like a real-time deal alert. So they come to your inbox and you open the email and check it out, and maybe you book it, maybe it's the next place that you go and explore. Sure, so there's a lot of new features that came about earlier this year. Probably, I think there's like 3 features which are like useful for digital nomads. There's maybe some downsides to them. Maybe we don't know yet. We need to see how they play out. But those new features, there's like a destination kind of selection page. You can basically filter not just by the place and what it has, but by like specific features. I can probably show you some of these. The second one is some insurance. So it's like insurance is always boring but important, and Airbnb now is gonna offer insurance basically on some of their stays, on all of their stays, and it's double-sided. So it's like you get insurance as the guest and the host gets insurance as the host. So it's kind of like they're trying to bring peace to the equation there. And then the third one is something called split stays. So this is like if you're looking for somewhere in a really, not even necessarily a small place, but just a place where there isn't a lot available, Airbnb will show you 2 places where you could stay one after the other to kind of bridge the time that you spend there. So instead of spending 1 month or 6 weeks in one place, maybe you spend 2 weeks in one place and 4 weeks in another place, but all in the same kind of town or in the same city. So you get to go to the place for longer, you just have to break up your stay. And there's pros and cons to all of these features. Destination features, when you come to the Airbnb homepage, it looks a lot different, and I'll kind of go into why and how and how you use it. But probably what you might see is the where in the search is like anywhere. It's set to anywhere, and you can make it anywhere in the world. You can say that you're flexible and want to spend like a whole month there, and you just select the months. So let's say we want to look at like October, the whole month of October for anywhere in the world, and let's say you're going with your partner or your friend or something, and you get all of the different results, and Airbnb will basically show you that they think is near you based on things like IP and all of that. There's this like bar across the top. Basically, this is a way for Airbnb to segment the types of stay. So some of them, like, and here's the thing, right? With the destination features, this is a great feature if you're a tourist. If you want to go somewhere for like a weekend, or like you just want to go to like some unique property, this is awesome. But I think for digital nomads, I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's great. I think it's like good, and I'll show you why. The default setting, this like oh my god feature, this OMG feature for a property. So it's like crazy stuff, right? Like you can stay in a crane if you want, or you can stay in like this igloo, or this house that looks like a cow, or this house that looks like a football. These are the kind of properties, or like a windmill, whatever. But then there's all of these other types of properties, so you can stay in places that design. So I don't know, maybe they're made by famous architects, or the interior is done by a designer, or you can go to national park, islands, or tiny home. And like some of these, I think will be like a digital nomad. Maybe they don't care so much about being in a historical home, but they might like to be somewhere in a national park. Or some digital nomads really like kind of island life, so they might choose to look at islands and be somewhere on an island. Probably like there's more of these, right? So I think there's nearly 30 of these different kind of categories. Some of them are really interesting, like tree houses. I don't think that I certainly wouldn't opt or specify my search as a digital nomad to be like, we must stay in a tree house. I only want to live in tree houses. I probably wouldn't do that, but I can see why for a tourist they would quite like to do that for like a weekend, or I don't know, maybe it's even good if you're a content creator, you want to go and get like really good content, you go and stay in a tree house. But there are some of them are better for digital nomads than others. For example, surfing. Like if you're a digital nomad and you like to surf, it's possible that you spend a lot of your time deciding where you will go based on, is there a good place to surf there? Can I surf there? Is it good? Okay, yeah, I should probably go. I'm in the UK right now. It showed me places in the UK based on this selection of surfing. I've not done any of the filters yet, but the differences are pretty crazy, right? There's two places here, both in the same place and not that much different in rating or dates, but one of them is like £30,000, $30,000, and one of them is less than $3,000. Let's put some filters in. All of the typical stuff that we look for, like, must have Wi-Fi, gotta have a kitchen, you probably want to eat. If you're in the UK, you maybe want heating, and you want some laundry facilities, you want dedicated workspace. You're gonna need some place to work. Let's see what we have. I've not put in the price filter yet, so we're probably gonna see a lot of variance still in price. Yep, and we are seeing still lots of variance in price. Let's go ahead, add a price, $2,000 or $2,500. This is cut down from like 900 available properties down to like 60. In October, there's only 60 places in the UK where you can go surfing. This is great. I think this is good as like a starting point for a digital nomad when you are looking to stay somewhere, because you don't know all of the places where you can possibly go surfing. This is really good because it helps you narrow down where you might want to go in terms of location. But the property aspect of it is still really difficult, right? And some of the prices are insane, like insanely high. This is a place here for the month of October. It still has a 42% discount, and it looks like a nice place. It still feels quite expensive. Like the host isn't a super host. It is 2 bedrooms, so maybe we add some budget for the fact that it's a 2-bedroom place and it's well rated. So this is like something that I think could be good for nomads, but it's probably better for tourists. So that's one of their new features. Second up on the list for kind of places to new features, is something called split stay. Let's kind of keep with the surfing vibe, and let's say that we are looking in Malta, places to surf. Maybe you could probably even get here looking at like islands. Actually, no, you probably want to edit that bit out about islands, because it wouldn't show you islands on that. It would just show you many islands. So we're in Malta, we're looking at Malta. With the filters that we've applied, I've come all the way down to like $1,400 as the maximum price. I've done that to try and narrow down what's available in Malta for surfing somewhere in the month of October, because I want to show you the split stays. So it's showing 13 properties available. This is what it looks like. So you kind of see this icon next to the places, and that basically means that it's a split stay. It's a cool icon. It's like half a house. You can stay in a normal place. This is what Airbnb generally looks like when you're just booking one place. With a split stay, it shows you, like, it links the two together so you can see which the two are. And then when you open it up, when you click into that, it will show you kind of both of the properties together. So the property pages kind of look the same. They just have this header that says, like, these are the dates for this one and these are the dates for the other one. And of course, it's up to you how you get from one to the other. In this case, it's in Malta and it's like the other side of the island, but like this could be problematic if, for example, if Airbnb decides to show you two places which are like on the other side of a huge city, and you're a digital nomad and you've arrived with like some luggage and you've kind of spent 2 weeks in a place, you're kind of just starting to feel like it's a place that is more homely for you. I think it's a little bit difficult for you to then be like, okay, we need to pack everything up and we go to the next place now. There's a convenience factor here with split stays, which is a little bit of a downside, a little bit negative, I think, for digital nomads. But there's another aspect of this, which I'll show you, which is also a bit of a negative impact, because this split stay, for example, so this is showing us this place, these two places in Malta. When you go into each of them, it will show you the kind of the price breakdown, like it will do on any Airbnb. And what we see is, okay, 14 nights in one place, 14 nights and in another place, fine, nothing wrong with that. But you don't benefit here with the discount that you would normally get if you booked for a long time. That monthly discount isn't unlocked because you're not staying in one place for a month. If we open one of these independently, and the way to test this, it's difficult to find, like, to get to a single place, to see the specific listing page for each of these, because right now they're bundled up into this split stay view. So one way to get to this is to go via the host. With the host, you can normally either go here where the host's icon is, or a little bit further down, they show you some more information on the host, all of their reviews, not just the review for this property and stuff like that. And if you click into that will show you the host's entire profile. And there you can actually see, as well as some other useful details about the host, you get to see all of their listings. So here, this host just has this one listing, so it's really easy for us to find that. And when we go into this, we can now set the dates for 1 month if there's availability, and see if there is a discount applied to that. So I've looked at dates. Obviously the availability for the time that we originally looked at in October isn't there, but if I look in November, there's actually a 10% monthly discount offered on this property when you book for 1 month. This is maybe not the best example because it's 10% off, but this highlights that what you gain in convenience with split stay, I think there's some kind of financial aspect that you lose, because it's like a deal that you have basically missed. If you were able to get the full booking, you would be able to get the discount. There's something there which is like lost with split stay for a digital nomad. It's convenient if you don't care so much about the budget and you don't care so much about feeling grounded in a place, but you do lose those things when you do split stay. That's an unfortunate aspect of that. The final thing with the new features is the air cover. So as you'll have seen in all of the Airbnb listings, you get this air cover description, and it basically lets you know that, like, you get protection as a guest for things like host cancellations, or if the listing is completely inaccurate, or there's any other kind of issues that you might have. Obviously they don't put all of the boring insurance policy on the listing. You can click into that and learn more. This is just good. This is just a step forward, or a step in the right direction for any guest, not just digital nomads, but anybody who's using the platform. That said, I'd still like to kind of recommend that people have travel insurance. I think it's important. It's just reassurance, peace of mind, helps you feel a bit more comfortable. So yeah, definitely recommend that. Yeah, this is a really good question. So one of we introduced the premium because there was a lot of questions around particular stuff. Do you have this, or do you have anything in this place? And so we tried to kind of fix that with introducing premium. The other question that we get a lot is like, can I have some more? Like, can you send more of these? Like, these are really good. We like them. Send us more. Right now we go once a month. We're looking at ways and like changing some of the logistics around so that we can send basically more stuff out to you, and that's great, right? You get double the spread, more geographies we can cover more price ranges, more bedrooms, all of that stuff. But we're also very focused on the fact that Airbnb isn't always the answer. Sometimes people want to stay in a co-living space, or they want to stay in basically something that's not like private accommodation, which is like a rented home. And the reasons for that all vary, but we're looking at basically being able to offer more specific, more options. To be honest, I have to say thank you to all of the RemoteBase members, because that's what makes that possible, right? Like when we're speaking to an accommodation provider, it's really helpful that we can say like, hey, there's 2,000 people here who are interested in accommodation deals for long term. Like, do you want to get in front of these people? So the more members we have, the better discounts that we can drive, and the more conversations that we can have like that. So they're the things that are like coming in future. What else? There's also a bit of a guide. So I've showed you some of the tips and some of the pro tips today, just really quickly, but we're going to bring something which is accessible to people so that they can kind of take on some of these tips for themselves and take it to their own searches. Because like I said, right, if you don't search yourself for a little bit, then you don't really know what you like or what you don't like or what's available. So it's going to be fun to kind of get that out to people and let people go and explore the crazy world of accommodation in more detail.